Hey everybody, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Doc Severson here with you, Ready Set Crypto, what we call Ready Set Live. We do this about once a week, and we go over all the different coins that we see that's important that's out there in the market, as well as your requests too. So we're always looking for your requests wherever you are out there. So as you join our live stream today, please go ahead, check in, let us know where you're based at. Where are you located on this planet? And from there, let me know what coin pairs you'd like to see. So we do all kinds of different coin pairs. If I can chart it, I'll tell you what I see on here and where's a good buy point or where's the next point to get in. So welcome aboard, everybody. Glad to see you out there. And we are starting to see some positive price action in the market, which is nice. It's nice after all this time. Okay, we got Nosa Capital coming in from Pretoria, South Africa. Good day or good evening in your case, or maybe it's good morning already. Is it good morning already for you? I guess that's probably pretty early in the morning in South Africa. All right, welcome aboard, everybody. As you come in, check in and let us know where you're located on the planet and what you'd like to see. So while folks are checking in, what I'll do is I'll just kind of walk through what I'm seeing here in the top coins. We've seen, a pretty amazing rally in the month of January, but that rally has kind of petered out. We've gone from range expansion into range contraction, which is actually very healthy. So a lot of people just want to see markets just go up forever and up forever and up forever, but that's not healthy for it to occur. So what we want to see is markets going into what we call stair-stepping. Let me get my magic pen going here. Stair-stepping price behavior is what we see during healthy markets, where we see something like this occurring, where we see, the initial swing up, consolidation, swing up, consolidation. Now, this one's a longer consolidation, more than likely because we've also exhausted this weekly swing. That's a pretty healthy swing, guys, going from 16,000 up to 24. That is big time. That's a 50% rally. So let's not lose sight of that. And let's not, panic when we see the pullback here to a 38.2 or maybe even to a 50% rally. All right. So Nosa Capital, you got 10 p.m. at night. Wow. I thought you'd be way behind that. All right. See, Bob in Buffalo. All right. You want to look at Scale and Cardano? You bet. BTC and Ethereum, you betcha. All right, so we're going to do that right now. So what I see is a couple of different things here. This is just price and volume, and I've got fibs up. What I can also do is we can put on the trend trading that we use, which is a series of Donchian channels that are in differing lengths. So we do have a long signal breakout, but we have the sell or the protective stop, which is very, very close. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a stop out on the initial long. And what we're more than likely to see is if we do that, so range contraction, a lot of people are expecting this to break higher. It actually might break lower first, and then from there, take off. So if it does break lower first, I want to see it hold support down at 38.2 or the 50% retracement. Notice that we have a what's called a golden cross today, which is the 50-day moving average crossing up above the 200. Everybody's getting excited by that. That by itself is not statistically important. What may be more important is too many people jumping on board that signal, which is usually seriously trailing, and maybe a good It might be a fade. We'll just put it that way. So it might be a fade. Every time we see an obvious signal, usually the markets go in the opposite direction of that. Welcome aboard, everybody. As you check in, go ahead and let us know where you're coming in from on this planet. Say hello to everybody else, and let us know what coin pair you'd like to see. Okay, so that is a couple of other things I want to show you on BTC. Let's put up the volume profile. And the volume profile, suppose we can dispense with the watch list just for a second here. So the volume profile, if you go back to the area that really counts, which is this from this big sell-off in June, nothing really counts from before that. So what we can see is that we have a nice little high volume node here, and this could traverse this area very quickly because there's very little volume in that area. But by the same token, if we get going above here, then the next high volume node is up here at about 28.29. So if we do see a breakout above 24,000, it may have some legs. So don't discount that yet. However, looking at the RSI Laguerre, looking at the energy, daily energy looks great, but what about the weekly chart? Weekly chart is in exhaustion. And this is why I think we may consolidate for another few weeks here at this level, or maybe even pull back from this level. We might even pull back as we're seeing some, let's see, what I want to look at here is what impediments may we have with this market? Well, one of them might be the 10-year note or the interest rates, and interest rates have taken a little bit of a step higher lately. And some of the comments from Jerome Powell last week, as far as this week, and the jobs report that we had from last Friday are showing that inflation may not be under control just yet. And so this cycle may go a little bit longer, and this is going to be disappointing to risk markets. This is why I think we may get a pullback here in the near future. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So the other thing, too, that we want to look at here is the dollar index. Dollar index, what's happening with the dollar index? And the dollar index has been going higher. So if we're trading versus BTC, that means that we're long on BTC, short on the dollar. And if the dollar's heading higher, then that's going against our trade. Oh, you can't see the charts. I'm sorry. Good grief. I do this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Use your imagination, right? Use your imagination. All right, so let me go back and do all this again. Okay, so let's see, where do I want to start? So the impediments in this market right now is the dollar index as well as the 10-year note. These have been heading higher over the last few days just because of inflation. Apparently is not really as under control as we might have thought it to be. So the Fed may be more aggressive than we really want it to be, right? So what we're also seeing is in terms of BTC, if we go over here to BTC, a couple of technical things that I want to show you guys. Woohoo! All right, is a couple of technical things. Daily chart is fully charged up, but the weekly chart is in exhaustion. So this is going to be very difficult for this to break out. And if it does break out, it may not go for very far. So think about this. I mean, if you're going to run, if you're going to climb a mountain, you're not going to be able to just sprint all the way up and summit in one day. You're going to have to go as far as you can and until you're clutching your sides and maybe drink some water, get your breath back, get rid of the stitch in your side, and then you'll do it again. And so this is how markets move from range expansion to range contraction. And so right now we've had a hell of a, that's a 50% move. We're pretty close to that we've had on this weekly swing. And so it should probably take some time to consolidate that. Now, we've seen some other really strong swings before that have completely buried this energy. So I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. But again, this is what we're seeing. We're also seeing fib retracements may come into play here at about 21.2 to 2,300. So above 20,000 may get those fib retracements. And let's see, what else did we talk about? We talked about the golden cross that everybody's going to be, going, oh, it's a golden cross. The 50's trading above the 200. That's a bullish sign. Okay, it is. But it's not a trading signal. It's not a trading signal. Okay, so it may be, the golden cross may be for right now, it may be a fade. Maybe more of a fade than anything else. A fade means that traders will take the opposite position of all the chum that's out there. Okay. Welcome aboard, guys. As you check in, please let us know where you're coming in from. Where on this planet are you located, and what coin pairs do you want to see? So I'll go over BTC and Ethereum, and then I'll go straight into your requests. Okay? Does that sound good? Fair enough? So again, bottom line, BTC, we may have some headwinds. That's okay. We don't want to, we don't really want this thing to go screaming higher at this point because we don't want it to flame out. What I'd prefer to have is a nice, regular, linear range expansion, range contraction, nice, healthy, breathe in, breathe out kind of market where we take off for a few days and then we consolidate for several days and stay range bound and get people, to doubt and wonder what's happening. And then we see another squeeze to the upside. That is a healthy market. And also a healthy market is one that's very skeptical. Markets tend to climb the wall of worry. So this is why we get that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me go, let's go over to Ethereum really quick. Ethereum is about to do the golden cross thingamabob here. You can see the red and the green line. Those are the 50 and the 200 that I have here. No one cares, though. We have a nice buy signal here. This is a really nice buy signal here at about 1,400 on Ethereum. We're currently still long, protecting those longs with the stop on our trend trading strategy currently at about 1,534. Okay, so that's all still really good. However, again, just like with Bitcoin, I would not be surprised to see a sharp pullback at some point here to clean off all the pikers that are out there. That's what it tends to do. So that's Ethereum. Let's see what's happening on the energy world with Ethereum here. So energy-wise, daily chart looks really good. Weekly chart is still got some gas left in the tank. So actually, technically, Ethereum could go for a little bit longer before we have some weakness. Okay, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's what I'm seeing right now with crypto. Okay, so I'm going to go straight into your requests, and starting with Bob from Buffalo Bob. Sure, nobody's ever called you that. I've spent some time in Buffalo before. I was doing some jobs. I used to install X-ray rooms in hospitals. And actually, this was a strange one, Bob. It was in one of the downtown federal buildings, this old federal building, which was the MEPS Center. You might know what that is. That's a military entrance processing station. It's where they take all the new recruits and see if they can bench press 100 pounds or probably not anymore these days, but and do all that stuff. So, we'd walk in every morning and there'd be two lines of guys standing there in their skivvies. Like every day we had to walk past that. But yeah, that's old history. So yeah, we spent a lot of time in Buffalo. It was a nice town. But damn, does it get cold there. Okay, so let's see if I can find your coin. And that one would be Scale. Scale. Can we find Scale? And Scale, we're going to go SKL versus US dollar. And we're above the 200-day moving average now. Now, this has been a really horrible time for Scale because you can see on the weekly chart looks, flipping awful here. And this is a series of lower highs, lower lows. So right now, just to keep your enthusiasm in check right now, it's like fungus crawling out of the gutter. It's about as far as it's come right now. So it's been pretty thoroughly beat down. So what I would wait for is I'd like to see a weekly uptrend on things. So the daily chart has moved into an uptrend. We have higher lows and higher highs, and we have pretty good volume on Scale coming now on Coinbase. And it's cheap. It's only 4 cents or so. But I would wait for this thing to really show that it wants to start to trend higher. And that would be a weekly uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so that's scale, Bob. And then you want to look at Cardano. We can do that. And Cardano is also pretty well beat up. It's got a very similar pattern here. It's just now coming off of the bottom. And one of the things that I keep in mind is, what is the relative strength versus the rest of the market that's out there? We've got coins that are up, 40, 50%. And then you've got Cardano, which is still struggling to break above the 200-day moving average. It's still struggling. And so do you really want to put your money into something which is just, bringing up the rear of the market? You know what's at the back end of the parade on July 4th, right? Back end of the parade is a guy with a garbage can and a broom. So that's kind of where Cardano is right now. So Cardano used to be one of our market leaders, and this is only, not that long ago, it was a market leader and doing really, really well. And since that point the market is, it doesn't matter what we all feel about a coin's or a project's worth or its fundamentals or anything like that. Everything that's known about that is in the price right now. Only price pays. So you can feel what you want to about a project, but again, this is why I don't really care. I don't get into the fundamentals. To me, the fundamentals don't matter. It's all about what's in the price action. Okay, so there you go. All right, so Nosa Capital, I started off with BTC and Ethereum, so hopefully we got you covered. All right, let's see. Can't see the charts. Got the charts. Good morning from Gold Coast, Australia. HEIX Crypto Bureau. Okay, so let's look at RNDR. RNDR. Welcome aboard, everybody. If you're just checking in, let us know where you're coming in from. And this is Render Token. Render Token. Okay, so that is the daily chart on Render Token. And this is obviously starting to do very, very well. This is transitioning. You can see that this is transitioning into a weekly uptrend. Can you guys see this? Can you see this, how this is transitioning? We had lower highs and lower lows all the way along here, just rolling around in the gutter. And then here was the November debacle when everything got hit. And then here we are, we're breaking above the last weekly lower high. This is a change in character. So what I would look for on Render Token is make sure that it can handle a higher low and break from there. So we're probably not that far away from Render Token being a very valid. So this is a good find. This is the right transition. This is what we've been waiting for all these years. Really, this thing has been in a downtrend all the way from here. So this is the problem I have with all the buy the dippers. Oh, buy the dip and keep buying the dip. And then pretty soon you're like, Christ, why should I buy the dip in this stuff? It just keeps going lower. Right, so here, chase after things that are accelerating and accumulating in price. Okay, good. That's a good one. Okay, Rose. One of our members was looking at Rose as well too the other day and bringing that to our attention. So here's Rose versus Tether, and this is on a weekly chart. We used to watch Rose once upon a time, and now it's starting to move. Look at the volume coming in. When you see the volume, believe the volume. So this is just now transitioning out of, again, to me, this is probably setting up a big rounded base here. So this is you're still really early into this one. Still really, really early. So this is the big advantage for you guys, that you're so early into the next bull. You're not going to be these clowns that are going to be chasing it at the very, very end, which is how everybody starts their career trading crypto. Right, so this will be a rounded base. It'll probably fall into some resistance right around 10 cents, but it may be a good break from there. So if you want to be a little bit more sure of what's going on, I'd wait until it consolidates around 10 cents and then take the break. But it's got a nice beginning, and I like the volume from it. Okay, HEIX. It's been a long time since I've looked at this one. I do believe. Wow, look at her go. All right, you are finding some prizes here. Now, this one's not been around for all that long, just from last fall, so it doesn't even have a 200-day moving average yet. So I can't even look at it versus the 200-day. But you can see that this is already transitioning up to range expansion, range contraction, range expansion, and we're getting some good volume too. So this is good. This is good. Okay. And a cash. This again is a new one on me. This is a cash AKT versus Tether. And this one is just now I'm a little concerned that Qcoin has got this. Let me see if there's another broker that we can look at this. Let's look at Bittrex and see if it does not have this. Now, Bittrex, you can tell, doesn't have quite the liquidity, but I'm really worried about that artifact that it has. So let's go with Gate.io, and this one looks actually a little bit better. So I think you can see this also. This one is still, it's in this base, and it's just now breaking out above this base. And so to me, about 60 cents is where this needs to consolidate. And this would be kind of a cup with handle. Breaking out above this base would be the way to go. And that would show that it's breaking into a weekly uptrend as well too. Okay, let's see. Next in line, Algo. Algorand has not been doing well, but has recently started to mend its ways. Okay, so here's Algorand. And Algorand, again, this is what we're seeing on a weekly chart. I'm sorry, this is a daily, but a weekly chart still looks terrible. There's no way around it. Weekly chart has not changed polarity yet. It's still lower highs and lower lows. And so you got to be patient to wait for this thing. You know, ideally what you're doing is as this thing transitions into weekly highs and weekly lows like this back here in 2020, this is where you're investing into this stuff. And then as it starts making lower highs and lower lows, this is where you're getting out of it. And then you're not investing in it at all down here. You're not trying to, unless you've got a huge time commitment, right? Unless you've got a huge time horizon, you're not buying the dip, you're not DCAing or anything like that. You're just waiting for this thing to start coming up. Okay, so right now, again, on the weekly chart, doesn't look that great. The daily chart is starting to look better, starting to see some volume in here, but it's still very, very, very suspect. Well, the rest of the market's screaming higher. We got Algorand still rolling around in the curb in the gutter. Okay. And FTM, which we're Phantom. Phantom looks great, right? Phantom looks really good. So this one, weekly chart is now, if you can see this, let me get the volume out of the way. Get this arrow out of here. You can see that Phantom is now starting to transition into a weekly uptrend. This is what we're looking for. This is great, right? So, but it's not going to all go at once. So don't chase after these things. Don't chase after these things. Go for the pullback. Let this set up. Let it set up because the weekly chart's in exhaustion right now. So it's coming back. It's coming back to find a better bid and wait for the secondary higher low to set up on the weekly chart. And then you're all good. Okay. A relatively new coin, Axel. AXL. Let's see if we have it. Axelar. And that is, no kidding, that's really, really new. It's only 2 days old on Coinbase, so I can't really see much of anything on here. Okay, AGX, baby. Good afternoon, you're in Ohio. What part of Ohio are you in, Rana? That's where I moved from. And it's cold up there. We'd like to look at Theta and T-Fuel. All right, so let's look at Theta. Man, it's been a while since I've looked at Theta. Theta token. And that's why I haven't looked at Theta token in a while. So Theta token has just been setting up this base. Again, you got to be patient with this one. Wait till it gets above like a buck 80. Don't be chasing this one off the ground, because when the next pullback comes, this one will go under the 200 again. Wait till it starts to set up a pattern of higher highs and higher lows on the weekly chart. And then it'll be worth it. And let's see what the next one is. T-Fuel. T-Fuel. Okay, so we're going to just do market cap on T-Fuel. All right, this is another, these all have kind of the same pattern. And look, I realize that, you know, Twitter and Twitch and all that stuff has got people worked up, like trying to catch these things off the bottom. The thing I keep saying is nobody will give you a medal just for getting the very bottom print before this thing turns around, right? It's nice to think about it that way, that needle in the haystack, you know, like, oh, I've got the bottom print, look at me, you know. But I think it's a lot easier if we just go for the meat in the middle. This is what I'm always trying to do, is to just identify a swing. And if you can get into one of these swings and just get the meat in the middle, like in 2021, if you got into this thing down here, whatever this price is, and if you just got some chunk of this, and then if you avoided all this crap, and maybe if you got some chunk of this on this breakout, got some chunk of this and sold into strength and avoided all this other crap and all that bag holding that everybody went through, you can do that, then this really becomes a very simple job. Trading can be very, very simple. So this is why we get, you know, we look at something like this and we say, oh man, I want to get the bottom tick of this thing. You know, maybe this is the one that's going to, you know, go from 2 cents up to, you know, $20, something like that. You can wait until it moves into a weekly uptrend. Really, I'm not kidding. It's worth the wait just to make life simpler for yourself. Just to make life simpler for yourself. Hey guys, I'm going to show you guys something really quick here. So this is our new platform that we have, and I want to show you what we've got in here. So this is, you can also bring up this platform on your mobile phone, which is great because it'll do notifications. The thing I really like about this is that we have signals firing into the room now. So buys and sells and things like that. We have long exits, we have long entries, we have all of this kind of stuff that fires in. And we have RSI Laguerre as well too. We have RSI Laguerre signals firing in. So these just, I don't have to do anything, right? So these are automatically, at the end of the day, if we have a closing bar, these are firing in. And of course, we also have our newsletters. We've got all of our courses, Introduction to Technical Analysis. We've got futures trading. You know, we've got just about everything converted over from the old sites. We got out of the 90s and we're onto this new platform now. And if you go to ReadySetCrypto.ONE, which is in the text below this video, you can sign up for 7 days for free. So you just kick the tires and check it out and see if it's something for you. All right. So there's that. Please check it out. We're trying to help as many people as we can make something out of this market. Okay, so let's just go for a couple more minutes. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm super happy with the site. It's really cool, and what I like best about it is it encourages people to work together. It creates a community right there. So you can chat into anything that you want. You can share stuff. You can, you know, it's great. And so it's really meant to help people share, and people learn better when they work together with other people. That's just the way it is. And so we really had to get away from our old platform. All right, so let's look at Polygon. Polygon, is that right? Is Matic, is that Polygon? Where is it at here? All right, let's see. Yeah, Polygon. That is right. Okay. This is, Polygon with the ticker symbol of Matic is probably the worst named. It's the worst name. I love this price action. This is exactly what we're looking for. Look at this stuff. Breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. This is how a good market operates. That's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for volume coming in. Everything's looking really good for Polygon. So this is probably not the greatest time in the world to be buying into this because weekly chart is approaching exhaustion, but it's still not bad. It's still really, really good. This is very, very healthy price action. So in case you guys think I'm just some, old curmudgeon that doesn't like anything, no, that's good stuff right there. And here's IMX, which is your second coin. And this is also starting to look very, very good. If we pull this out to a weekly chart, look at what's happening. Again, this is the important thing that I want you guys to train your eyes to look for, to avoid this kind of stuff, this lower highs and lower, look at this. People jump on the rally back here in what was this? That's only in 2022. People jump on the rally and then they get taken underwater again. So what you want to do is you want to not jump on this rally, wait until this thing sets up with a higher low and then blisters off of there and short squeezes to the upside. And you'll be so happy. Oh, why is somebody calling me from Michigan right now? Let's see. What is that chart that shows exhaustion? That is the RSI in Laguerre time. That is the RSI in Laguerre time. So if you need to know how to use this, come join the site, and then you can get the study and you can learn how to use this thing, and you can do it for free. You got 7 days to kick the tires. So this is this looks pretty good for right now. So this is a really good start, and I like the volume. This is a really good start for what could be the next trend. All right. So guys, thank you very much. Please check out the site if you can, ReadySetCrypto.ONE. ReadySetCrypto.ONE. Instead of .com, you want to go to .ONE, and then you're all set. And join us, and I'll see you guys next week. I want to thank everybody for coming in and coming on board and saying hello and bringing your coin picks and everything like that. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you next week. You guys take care. Bye now.